Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It is Thursday, April 18th, 2024. Here's what's happening today in America. Trial over, thieves caught, water attacked, and puck blocked. That's all coming up. Then Bill's going to be here with your message of the day. But first, senators have opened up the impeachment trial of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. But because the Democrats run the show in the Senate, it's over. That's the end of the trial. There are 51 Democratic senators. Not one of them support convicting Mayorkas, and they voted just to end the trial. Even Rhino Lisa Murkowski from Alaska said at a bare minimum, you have to have some process here. Alas, no process. Last April, there's a cargo plane with $22 million worth of gold bars. It arrived at an airport in Canada from Zurich, Switzerland, and people stole it from the airport. Police just arrested 6 people, 2 former Air Canada employees. It was an inside job. The 2 Canadian men were arrested in Pennsylvania on a traffic violation. The goal was to melt the gold down for money and then use the money to buy illegal guns. And they were successful in that regard. Only 90,000 of the 22 million worth of gold has been recovered, but they were caught, so it wasn't successful in that regard. We now know why, or at least one major reason why. Last month, the U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan wrote a note to state officials and water authorities across the country to tighten up their cyber defense on water infrastructure. In that letter to the states, he said cyber attacks are hitting water and wastewater systems throughout the United States, and state governments and water facilities must improve their defenses against the threat. Well, now we know why. There was a hacking group we believe tied to Russia that caused a water tower in Muleshoe, Texas, to overflow. There are 150,000 public water systems in this country, most woefully unable to prevent international hackers. Imagine the panic that will ensue if hackers are ever able to cause serious damage to even one water supply in this country. Shout out to this quick reacting hero. Asia Davis and her 4-year-old son were at a hockey game in the American Hockey League in Cleveland when a puck flew over the glass faster than you can react to anything. And it was about to hit the 4-year-old boy. And no joke, would have killed him. But if it weren't for Andrew Podolak sitting right next to him, stepping up and blocking the puck. Asia never got the man's name, went on social media to ask for help to find him, and they found him. The 3 were reunited and all participated in the puck drop in the next game. Bill O'Reilly has your message of the day next.
Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall, but there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Thursday, as part of our presentation on my website, BillO'Reilly.com, we encourage Americans to develop a well-thought-out philosophy. Mine is clear. I believe America is a noble nation that provides more opportunity than any other country. But others do not believe that. Acceptable under our Constitution, but not valid if you don't have a solid reason for your dissent. As part of my philosophy presentation, we are marketing some stuff, including 2 drinking mugs in the BillO'Reilly.com store. The first one says self-reliance, and the second display is not woke. Self-reliance and honesty are the 2 main keys for success in our competitive society. If you depend on others or the government You will never reach your potential. This is not being taught in public schools. Not woke is a bit more provocative. Political correctness is leading to injustice and bitterness. It is strangling merit and expression. The woke hordes are damaging the United States of America. Do not associate with any woke stuff. It is a destructive movement. Messaging is important, and we are doing our part. We hope you are with us. Live your philosophy and spread the word. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Let's go to the mail. We got Stephen Kornreich, Kamas, Utah. Bill, there's only one reason why folks are still voting for Biden: Donald Trump. It's that simple. That anti-Trump sentiment is still strong. I agree. Anna, concierge member. Bill, I have a question. Do you think Joe Biden is an old fool or a diabolical crook? I would come down on the old fool rather than a diabolical crook, but I think he's a corrupt man in many ways. I do think he's corrupt. And in my new book, my upcoming book, Confronting the Presidents, we'll put him in that category. I'll put him in that category. Alfred Bales, Paris, California. O'Reilly, you've said that Donald Trump is not a populist, is a populist, not a Republican. That's true. Okay? What other presidents are in that category? Andrew Jackson, not a standard Democrat, a populist. Teddy Roosevelt, not a standard Republican, a populist. Those two are the main ones. Cynthia Klein, Rialto, California. Bill, I've been a fan of yours for years. Love the Killing books. Rereading Killing Jesus right now. What is happening to New York City tourism? My husband and I will not go there unless the crime is fixed. I don't have data on it yet, but New York City's reputation and its image have really been battered. But I don't have the tourism stats. Remember, New York City is an international financial destination. It's not just some place you go for fun. Business is huge. In a moment, something you might not know. If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. This protection plan is at an all-time low in price. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 118 years ago today, one of the most destructive earthquakes in history struck San Francisco. In less than a minute, thousands of people were killed, entire sections of the city obliterated. Here is the story. The Bay Area grew rapidly during the California Gold Rush. In 1840, the region was home to just 5,000 people. By the 20th century, that figure had ballooned to 500,000. To save money, new buildings in San Francisco were constructed using cheap material like wood, clay, and straw. At 5 a.m. on the morning of April 18, 1906, an 8.0 magnitude quake shook the city by the bay. 3,000 people died instantly from falling debris, mostly. Fires broke out in 60% of the city. Chaos ensued. Looters ransacked the rubble looking for gold, jewelry, and cash. The city's armory was pillaged for guns. By 7 a.m., the army was deployed to enforce a mandatory curfew. Anyone violating the order was shot on sight. Most people obeyed the law, but 9 Americans were executed by military authorities. After 30 aftershocks in San Francisco, 48 hours later, the tremors subsided. In total, 45,000 buildings were destroyed, including most of the city's homes and entire central business district. And here's something else you might not know. The quake soon caused another disaster, an outbreak of bubonic plague. With infrastructure destroyed, garbage piled up. Millions of rats descended on San Francisco, carrying a deadly pandemic from the Middle Ages. 2 weeks after the earthquake, 40 people contracted the Black Death. All told, 200 died from the disease. City officials offered bounties for each rat killed and burned. The campaign was a success. San Francisco was plague-free by 1909. Today, the plague in America has been mostly eradicated. Back after this. Did you know Fast Growing Trees is the largest online nursery in the USA? With more than 10,000 plant varieties and millions of satisfied customers. I have their trees and plants at my home, and they're fantastic. Have you had your fair share of landscaping woes and wasted weekends at crowded nurseries? Finding fast-growing trees will be like stumbling upon a hidden treasure, believe me. With fast-growing trees, it's different. From fruit trees to houseplants, they have it all, delivered right to your doorstep. Plus, their plant experts are always available for advice. And here's the best part. This spring, they have up to half off on select plants. And my audience can get an extra 15% off by using promo code BILL at checkout. So please go to fastgrowingtrees.com, use promo code BILL at checkout. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.